Okay, we're live. We're pretty live right now, so. Okay, I'll be sharing for a while, and I'll begin playing. So. Okay. I'll just let this be. Okay. Hey Ghost, yeah, I'm going to put a tweet out. I'm going to just play Donkey Kong and talk about the fights. So, if you wanna like chill and stuff, that's totally cool. Let me get some tweets out. Okay, so I have a tweet out. So if you can share the link right now. Hey Blinskin, what's up? Yeah, it's a little bit of impromptu. I'll be playing like Donkey Kong Country 2 for a while, and we can talk about fights or whatever. Really, like it's just like to get a stream out of the way, to chill with you guys. So if you guys have any question or want to talk about any fight going on the weekend, that's cool. Yo, thank you so much, Ghost. Okay, thank you. I'll set up the game, and we'll start playing for a while. So, hey Jimmy Kudo, happy to have you here. No, I'm just going to be playing Donkey Kong and talking about fights. So if you have any question or want to talk about anything, um, that's cool. I'll be setting up the game first. So give me a little while, and I'll start replying the questions. I'll set up a little on my second screen. I'll set up a tab to look for questions. The Loner Kavanagh is like the most interesting fight. I'm pretty sure Wang Kong is on the main card, so I would say that, right? Okay, where is it? Where is it? My emulator. Yeah, Wang Kong is the Joker. She's the Joker, baby. Yeah, she's pretty good, man. She's fun to watch. Couldn't I go like bigger with this? Can I? Okay. Pretty sure. I thought I could modify this. Yeah, I think they should bring Larkin like 100%. Okay. Okay, this is good. Oh yeah, I mean Larkin for sure, man. Like give him like his shot, right? Okay. Okay, this controller is not getting recognized this way, so I might do is... Okay, select start, A, B, X, Y, L, R. I would be very happy to see Larkin again in the UFC, right? Like I think he's one of my favorites. He's still like very good, in very good form. Like he's looking pretty good as of late. He has been fighting a high level of opposition in Bellator too. So I would be very interested in seeing the Larkin boy on the UFC, man. I never understood why they mess it up with Larkin, man. That's such a big fuck up that they did with Larkin. They were so dumb. Okay. Let me get this a little bit better here. Okay, I think that's good enough. Strikeforce was cool, man. That fight with Larkin against Robbie Lawler, that was cool, right? That was a fight that we all enjoyed, right? The Tabata Ricci. I think she has some cool, like, I mean, she has some overlap skill wise with Zhang, especially because she's a strong wrestler. But obviously she's a bit of a transition fighter herself. But her transitions are not as well integrated, even though she's like a pretty strong wrestler. And she's very athletic too, so I think there's a lot that she could do in what he did against Wei Li that she could do against Yan Xiaonan. But Xiaonan, I'm expecting to show up in good shape for this fight, right? Like, this is in China, and she's been getting so dangerous on the feet. Like, there's obviously a lot that is not great about her game, especially her defensive wrestling. Oh my god, that was so stupid. But I think for sure, like, I think Yan Xiaonan is probably trouble for most guys. I mean, most girls, excuse me, on the feet, on the division, right? Her 1-2 is money, man. I got game at this. I got good at this game, playing it a lot when I was a child, and I usually like 2D platforms are like the only games that I play, so I'm pretty good at them. Actually, I'm like way better than this, but I've tried to put attention to you guys, so I'd end up like being like way worse than I should. Like that, for example. Like, what the fuck is that? But yeah, Ricci versus Yan Xiaonan is a very interesting fight, right? If Ricci were to win, that positions her so highly on the division. Yeah, man, I don't understand why Loner Kavanagh is representing China. I was wondering that on my podcast early on the week, and I ended up not investigating about it, so I don't know. I don't know if he trains over there. Do you know anything about Loner training out of China, Ghost? Haven't you heard anything about that? I hope Leonard Kavanagh is like as good as the hype, because like he's being hyped so hard. WrestleMania. I love that. I love that Oleksiejczyk mirrored picture that he had on Wikipedia. They finally like ended up fixing it. It was such a sad day when they changed the Oleksiejczyk Wikipedia picture for a regular one instead of that mirror one. The mirror one was so good, man. That picture was up in Wikipedia for years, man. It was crazy stuff. No one did anything about it because I feel like everyone loved it. Oh my god, that's the shittiest game over of all time, man. I'll be checking some stuff and I'll... Oh, his mom is Chinese? That's very interesting, man. Is Wei Li going to be there? She's going to be rooting for the Asian fighters? That's very cool. I mean, for the Chinese fighters. Excuse me, that being a little bit racist there, right? No, but Asian fighters usually support each other. Even though like Koreans, Japanese, and Chinese, they all have their weird stuff, they usually support each other against like the Western forces, right? Oh, that's cool, man. So is Wei Li like living like a full time on the US right now? Just give me a little second. Okay. Oh, she's in Thailand with the Hickmans. That's cool stuff, man. Is she still on? Was Wei Li with what's the name, the Young Wood camp? Was she there for a while? Syndicate, I think. They were talking about her for the Marav stuff, right? Man, I don't know why, but I'm not a big fan of Young Wood, to be honest. Like, he's obviously competent, right? He knows his stuff. But he's not... He usually doesn't produce fighters that I enjoy very much, a lot. In fact, I think that the approach that Merab took against O'Malley had some interesting stuff, but also some like very questionable stuff too. She got married and she lost the Calder. Like, Calderwood is so much cooler than just wood, right? And she just turned into, I can play for shit today. I mean, I was such a big Calderwood fan back in the day. I mean, I was following her since the Invicta days. I remember when she was like a super prospect on Invicta. Then I wanted her to win on the Ultimate Fighter. I used to be Facebook friends with JoJo back in the day. She's yet another like. She's yet another case of a female fighter that cannot have a coach without dating them, right? She dated like 3 coaches. I thought those weren't spawning. That's only for US camps. She's going to be in Thailand for all of this camp. Oh, okay. Wait, does Wei Li have a fight? Is she fighting Beer now or? I think I'm a little bit lost. I hope they make the Beer in a fight, right? She obviously deserves it, especially with Tatiana pulling out so much, which is a shame because like Tatiana versus Wei Li was very compelling. I mean, I would still favor Wei Li, but I think like that's a compelling challenge for her, right? I mean, Birna still presents some cool stuff, but oh, okay. I'm sorry. Don't worry, I can respect the confidentiality of the camp. Obviously, I bet a guy would like throw a hissy fit like, "Oh come on, dude, you gotta give me the scoop. You gotta give me the scoop, dude." Was there an announcement? Oh yeah, Tatiana was supposed to be out and then she got mad and said that she wasn't injured. I remember that. It's been a mess, man, but it's coming to the point that I don't trust like Suarez anymore to like ever be in top shape. It sucks, but man, wrestling is tough on your body, man. If UFC had better money, we would get like the prospects from high school instead of like being champions from the It would be cool if we got more like high school prospects instead of like D1. You know? Oh, come on, bro. Because obviously the Div 1 guys are a lot more developed, but they are way too injured, man. How did that motherfucker kill me, man? I got past that with a lot of patience talking to you guys on the chat, and I was stuck there for such a long while, man. It was a mess. Oh yeah, that's a cool fight announcement, man. Bonfim versus Sadikov. That's very cool, man. I think Bonfim is going to win though, but should be a fun one. I didn't grab the Kong. I'm in problems, man. Oh. Oh, dude. Oh, that was so cash, man. Please. Please. Oh, God. What's the name of that guy? That guy fucking sucks. I mean, I hate to treat people like that, but he's like... I mean, I don't know if he's a bad person. I mean, he seems to be very anti-worker though, so maybe I should be insulting that guy, but he's so weird, right? He's so concerned with the he's so concerned with like contracts and stuff and the numbers of the UFC. Like, bro, are you even a shareholder for the UFC? Like, what are we doing, man? Such a weird guy, man. It's like they come from another dimension, man. Oh my. Oh my, are you kidding? Bro. I'm going to lose this one again, man. Oh man. Okay, that was kind of sick by me. Oh man, that sucked. It's very hard. It's very hard. I get distracted by the chat the whole time. Even when I'm trying to concentrate on the game, I'm like getting worried because I've been quiet for too long. But then when I'm talking, I cannot concentrate on the game. I should have played Donkey Kong 1, man. It's a bit easier than this one. This one is my favorite though. Oh man. To be honest, I haven't heard Johnny talk a lot. So I don't know, man. Robin Black used to know his stuff. I don't know if he actually regrets or he just do it for the clicks. But I feel like Robin Black just says like super dumb stuff nowadays. But he used to be pretty solid. Like, he used to be pretty solid. Oh man. I cannot land on this bitch. Okay. Drake Riggs, I know very little about him, but he seems to be cool. He seems to be like a reporter that actually cares about reporting. Like what Helwani used to be back in the day. They made Helwani into too big of a personality, right? He was better when he was like this, like, shy guy trying to make it. Oh my god, I'm so bad. That story about the girl who fell out in a coma, that was so shady by the PFL, man. Just awful stuff. Okay. We're going to lock in here, guys. I feel like a lot of the legacy guys from MMA media, they don't give a shit anymore. I remember. Did you guys remember that show back in the day with like Helwani, the guy with the hat, Luke Thomas? That was pretty good. That was pretty good. But back then, all four of them were like very, very passionate about MMA, and I feel like that's kind of lost, right? And they didn't like talk about technique or stuff, but it was like they talk about the sport, who deserved what. What movements the... Oh god. I cannot play for shit. Oh, what was the name of that show, man? And yeah, all the good ones have been forced out, and some of the ones that used to be good have been at it for so long. I'm not a Luke Thomas fan, but yeah, Okamoto doesn't give a shit. Raimondi either. Like, was like the MMA beat or not? Or wasn't it? I don't remember, man. Do I try to? No, no. I'm not going to try to win this on my last life. I already did that, so I'm going to be a little posse, and I'm going to I'm going to save. I cannot save. I tried to get alive in this stage, and I'm not sure I should be trying to get alive in this stage because this one is kind of hard. So maybe what I'm doing is it's kind of stupid, right? My favorite stage is probably Animal Antics. It's a secret stage where you transform into all the animals, and it's very, very hard. That one is my favorite, but that one is my favorite, but we're not going to see that one today because, I mean, in this playthrough, because I'm not going for full completion. I'm not doing the bonus stages. So yeah, but I think that one is my favorite. I'm not a fan of Luke Thomas, but at least you can tell that he's still very passionate about the sport. So I think I gotta respect that a little bit. And he knows his stuff. Then Albert, I think that Albert is like 10 years younger than me. I think that's probably crazy for you guys, right? Not only I feel like to most people I look younger, but also I feel like I'm a lot more juvenile, right? I don't know, I'm just a fucking man-child. Is Jordan Breen still a thing? That's a name that I haven't heard in a while. I'm surprised Luke Thomas never blocked me. He's like way younger than me, like at the very least like 7 years, I think. Because I'm for sure he's under 30. And I'm like 35, so okay, I'm pretty close to getting an extra life. I'm not finding bananas, man. Two bananas, bro. Like, are you serious? Okay. That one, I can use these ones. And I can go saving. Okay, I'm going to do that. These are like such bitch strats. I would never do this on a regular playthrough. But desperate times need desperate measures. So we're going to save, and I'm going to try to... Okay. Man, I used to watch like every card in... I've been watching every card from the UFC for so long. And man, I don't know how I did it back in the day because like most cards were so bad. So many bad, terrible fights, man. It was crazy, man. Yeah, I can still. I'm still taking, like, I can still do custom videos, private or public. I don't really care. So if you need something, we can work out something. Obviously, you know, my prices are very low. I started watching MMA on looking for highlights on YouTube, and that's how I got into Fyodor Emelianenko, and he was like my idol for such a long while. Okay. Yeah, that's completely fair. Like MMA had a lot more interesting people back in the day. A lot more like it had a lot of more of an outcast vibe. Did I win? I won. I mean the hardest part when especially when they are not for like a private customer, a client, is that to make it entertaining, like I cannot like pause the action for too long to speak too much. So I try always to find like a balance between like writing stuff on the screen to help a little bit to people that are watching carefully, and also talking on top. I try to cover like most of the big picture stuff with my voice, and then I would put like some circles, some notes on the screen when it comes to for details. But you gotta still make it like an entertaining video, right? Even though it's like educational material, or at least I see it like that. Yeah, I I feel like Fyodor is better than Stipe, man. I feel Stipe, like skill wise, is a little bit overrated. I don't think I'm that. This is not to discredit him. I think he's very good. One of the few like super good heavyweights. But like there's not like a huge like. Oh my god. I don't feel like there's a huge gap between like Stipe and Junior Dos Santos and Cain Velasquez and Daniel Cormier. Like we saw in that fight against Junior Dos Santos when Junior was still on his prime, right? And Stipe, we know that Stipe haven't been improving throughout his whole career. He was pretty much a finished product when he was heavyweight champion. So I think like Stipe is just like, or like Prime Verdun that he got to beat, obviously, right? But I don't think like skill for skill, a Prime Stipe against a Prime Verdun is not that Stipe is way better. I feel like Verdun was always a more like inconsistent fighter. Yeah, Phil Fyodor was like huge back in the day. He was close to being like a crossover star. If he only spoke English, right? Verdun, when he won the title, he was so good. It's such a shame that he fought like so bad against Stipe and then never got back into form. Oh my god, those guys almost ambushed me. Why I'm not killing them? I'm so... Come on, dude. Let me be. This song is so good. I used to play this on my keyboard all the time. Okay. 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 Yeah, Steve, especially in his in his title reign, he didn't fought like many good versions of fighters. Yeah, Fyodor has so much aura, right? We talk so much about aura right now, like the Zoomers talk so much about aura, but Fyodor for sure had like that X factor, man. Oh, and the memes with Fyodor back in the day, like Fyodor sweater and all that kind of stuff, like he was for real, man. I think the biggest fumble in like business wise, like especially at the moment, because like this was like pre-Conor, pre-Ronda, right? I feel like not making Fyodor versus Brock Lesnar was like the biggest fuck up, man. The Fyodor camp was trying to change history, right? Because they wanted to co-promote with the UFC, and not as a promotion, right? Like Fyodor was not going to fight for M1 for Strikeforce. He was going to fight for himself, but he wanted to co-promote the fight with his managing team, right? And the UFC didn't want any of that. Not making Fyodor versus Lesnar, man. That was such a bad. And man, Brock could have been like such a big star. I mean, he was like a huge star, right? But if he didn't get sick from diverticulitis, I'm not saying that he would have keeping improving, but they could have given him like easier fights for a while to build his name back up after losing to Kane. And Kane also injured all the time, so it was like a cursed moment. It was the first case of Dana White like showing his true colors of being like an anti-fighter kind of guy, completely against the fighters making any money that they actually deserve, right? I'm not going to make it here. No. I'm playing so trash, yeah. For a perfect heavyweight, I feel like you would have to go like more boxing oriented. I think it's more sustainable. But I feel like you need some. I think defense is very important, right? Like it's heavyweight. You can still get caught, but if you have like good eyes and you know how to hide behind your lead shoulder, you have decent footwork. Like Stipe had some of the building blocks for good defense, and he was a complete void in others, and he still like ended up looking like completely fine defensive wise most of the time. And obviously you need to have like a great shin to make it as a heavyweight, man. No, I do not own the fight site. The fight site is owned by Ed Gallo. I'm like editor-in-chief, you could say. I'm basically the only member right now. Like there are like some other legacy members, but no one is like actively working for it right now, other than Seth Petara, that is doing the wrestling rankings, and they're very good, man. That's someone that is very passionate. Game over, man. Game over. I have to beat the boss again. It's funny because Fyodor, when he beat Arlovsky and Sylvia, he was like pretty past it already, I would say, man. Is it possible to train your eyes? I would say yes. Yes, the more you know what you're looking for, if you feel like you have like not great instincts, you can still like make the conscious effort to know what you're looking for, to be mindful of the shoulders of your opponents, of their footwork. You might have to be a more cerebral fighter at that point, but you can train eyes for sure. And when you have good eyes, you don't need like the crazy reflexes anymore. Like you just need a little bit, and you're clear. Hey man, happy to have you here. We're just talking about stuff. We're talking about Fyodor right now, and I'm playing like shit. Dude, I'm so bad today. I'm supposed to be good at this game. I feel like I'm pretty sure I have beaten this game in a single continue. But I'm trying to put attention to the chat and I become the worst gamer. On gamer moment. Yeah, I'm emulating. I'm using the... I think it's the Bhawk engine on OpenEMU on Mac. I'm playing on a controller that looks just like the SNES controller, by the way. I'm going to show it when I have. This is how my controller looks like. It has two analogs, but other than that, it's like exactly like a SNES controller. Yes, it is an 8-bit too. It's a very good controller, man. I love it. Okay. Bring the heat, bitch. Bring it. Okay. That was rapid fire, bitch. What are you doing, bro? What are you doing, little bro? Come on, bro. Are you trying to play tough against me? Oh. Yo! I scoped that bitch. I don't keep score, man. I settle them. What GameCubes? Are you into... Do you play like Melee and shit? Oh man, that sucks, man. I think there's... I heard that one of the... I don't remember what's the brand name. I think it's Abernic. They make like small emulation consoles. And they have been releasing like pretty cool controllers as of late. I've seen them described as like budget AB2. To be honest, this one wasn't like super expensive. It was like $30. 25, I think. But it's a bit of an old model because there's like a new one that has triggers for the L2 and R2 buttons, and mine doesn't have triggers. How would you make the UFC product better? Like bring it back to 2015? I think they need to. I think they need to reduce the roster. I think they need less fighters. Put on a little bit less events or put on smaller events, just like 9, 10 fight cards. And they have to improve the the man, I cannot find the words right now. Donkey Kong fucking me up. They need to pay the fighters better, man. If they pay the fighters better, they will be able to train better. They will be able to put on better fights. But right now we see too many fighters taking fights injured, and that's affecting the product, man. The UFC has a good roster. They have solid fighters, even though we have like bad fights and they make like completely stupid decisions, like cutting like Nate Maness or Mokaev and stuff, but they still have good fighters to put on good fights. The problem is that they've put on too many events, and fighters are like they're forced to fight injured pretty much, so it sucks, man. Yeah, they take fights completely exhausted. They cannot like completely worry about their diet and training and stuff. They don't get to rest. They have to use their resting hours to work, right? Fucking sucks, man. Are you an anarchist? Yeah, I consider myself an anarchist. I feel like the world would be better if we did away with hierarchies. But man, that a big problem with the UFC putting on a bad product right now. It's like too many events, and fighters are fighting injured and tired all the time. They have to have second jobs. Yeah, if you made it more fair to the fighters, they would put on better fights because they would be better fighters. And if you gave them like better job stability too. Like Dana always complains like, I feel I'm an artist that leans like super left. I'm very into classical anarchism. Like I like the works of Bakunin and Kropotkin a lot. I feel like yeah, it is Jimmy Kudo to get it back into fighting. It sucks, man, because like you have fighters that clearly have privilege over other fighters. Like if you're one of the few fighters that are getting paid better, and you get to train full time, like you get into fights like you get into fights in good shape. You're not injured. You're well rested. It makes such a big difference. Oh man, I don't know how I beat that stage. I was playing so bad. I don't think I have like an ideal implementation of anarchism. I feel like any form of like libertarian collectivism is fine to me. Anything that gives power to the working class, I think it's okay with me. But actual power, not like through representation, like direct power to the workers. Yeah, it is insane. Like the fighters that are fighting on terrible contracts, like they are on a 12 and 12 contract. They have to work a full-time job. They don't get access to all the best training equipment, training facilities, coaches, and they have to. And then Dana White is wondering like, oh, why guys aren't hungry? Why aren't they leaving it on the line? Because they fight super nervous because if they lose, they lost half of the paycheck. and they don't know when they are going to get called for another fight, right? Because some fighters want to be active, but they just get called like to fight like once a year sometimes. And you know, like if you're on a 12-12 contract and you lose like $12,000 for a year in the US. I mean, I know not all fighters are from the US, but the ones that are not from the US, they have to spend a lot of money on flying, and they usually have to only fly with two men because the UFC only pays for one corner man to fly with you. So it's a fucking mess, man. It's so unfair. It's so unfair. Like they always say, like, oh, the guys that come from nothing, they are the toughest and shit. Chris Moutinho. Man, Moutinho took such a bad beating, man. Like why is guy like teaching class the next day? That's so fucked up, man. Okay. This stage I'm going to play like so bad. Come on, bro. Come on, little bro. Bro. Man, no one likes to talk about that stuff. They always say like, oh, fighters that come from the poorer backgrounds, they are the best fighters because they fight like they have nothing to lose, and that's not entirely true. Like there are fighters that come from nothing, but they still got like kind of lucky. Like if Jose Aldo doesn't get picked up by Nova Uniao super early in his career and get all the skills that he has, he was going to be good either way because he's such a physical talent and he clearly has a very good mind for the sport. But I don't think he ends up the GOAT if he doesn't train like in a very good camp that gives him like a place to live. If he keeps living on the favelas, has to deal with crime, with drugs, does Jose Aldo become the GOAT? I don't think so, man. The reason, and this is never talked about, but the reason that the guys from Dagestan are so good is because they have crazy infrastructure for combat sports, man. They have so much good training partners, so much good judokas and wrestlers to train with, and they have a lot of spaces. They have a lot of tournaments that are state supported, so it's not like, yeah, part of it is like they are poor and all they do is wrestle. All they do is wrestle. That part is true, man. But they have the infrastructure and the facilities to wrestle, right? There are a lot of like poor people in South America right now that I bet they would love to fight for a living. They would do anything and everything, and they try. A lot of them try, right? But if you don't have like good wrestling coaches, you don't have good training partners, there's only so far you can get. I'm so bad. The wind is my nightmare, man. Yeah, I mean, Wei Li obviously, like, she didn't have all those resources at hand, but now that she does, like, she obviously has an advantage over other fighters, right? Like, imagine, like, Habib himself said that even when conditions were not ideal, they have a gymnasium culture of training. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm talking about. Like, yeah, it is not ideal conditions for living, right? Obviously. Like, I know it's a place that has like crime and war and poverty. But when it comes to training, they have resources for that, because that's how they keep the people in check over there. So oh my god, I really wanted to do that with Didi instead of Dixie, but okay. And I still haven't saved, man. This is getting dangerous. And yeah, Habib, especially him, he was like, he was very privileged. Like, his father was a great coach. How do you not see that's a big privilege, right? I really want to get to a safe spot and call it a day, but I need to get to a fucking safe spot, man. Ghosts, I think they're pretty good, man. I don't know how expensive it is to train in a place like American Top Team or like with Henry Hooft, Tiger Muay Thai. But I feel like if you're a mid tier fighter and you're like a smart guy, you can get a lot out of those places. But I feel like it doesn't work for everyone. Like, some guys really need the attention. Some guys are very good at learning, right? But I've seen some people like get way better when they go to a big team like American Top Team. So oh, bro. Oh my god! I got scared! Oh my god, no. This is the last live? Jim, hoping that you have a team that travels with you, I feel like that's ideal, right? So you can like try a lot of different stuff. Examples for fighters that got like better at a big camp. Dustin Poirier comes to mind. He used to train at a. Oh my god. What the fuck was that, man? I think I remember someone that went to Henry Hooft that got a lot better too. I mean, a lot of guys have improved a lot under Henry Hooft. Oh yeah, Kyoji got way better on ATT. But he's like exactly the kind of fighter that I'm talking about. He's very smart. Everyone at ATT said like how good Kyoji was at learning and just learning everything. Insanely hard worker, it seems too. Okay. It's not my day to play, man. It wasn't meant to be. I'm going to play like something else for a little bit, and I'm going to play something else for a little bit, and I'm going to leave. Okay. But it's been fun. I think we have been having like some cool conversations. I think I'll play some Alpha 2. Okay, give me a second here. Um, at first when I got to MMA Twitter, um, to be honest, I got some help. I mean, not some help, but I knew Ryan. That was like pretty big. I mean, not pretty big. He was smaller than he was now, but okay. And then I was mostly an opinion guy, and I think I have an ability to like make people very angry with my opinions and make other people agree with me, right? there's it doesn't go 2 weeks when I don't have a take that has like 1,000 likes and gets a lot of people mad. I usually just mute those right nowadays, but okay. Give me a little bit to just like put this somewhere on the center. I'll play a few rounds and I'm going to leave because I have to eat. But let's get into some Street Fighter. Oh my. This kill got all. Oh my, I mean, I don't know what I'm doing, man. Okay. Just resizing this shit is giving me nightmares, man. Okay, so at first I was mostly an opinion person on Twitter, and then I slowly got into analysis when I felt more confident and started like making videos. And I did my first video on Justin Gagey, and the guys from the fight side were like, "Hey, do you want to make those videos but for us?" And I was like the video person for the fight side for a pretty long time. I like Akuma, but I think I'm going to play Sakura. Yeah, I feel like this is like a Sakura day. And then what I'm going to be eating, like probably just sandwiches. I don't eat big at night. It's not very common here in Chile. Okay, I'm checking my buttons, man. Okay. Okay, the kicks are... This configuration is annoying, man. I'm a very big fan of Fafa too. I feel like this is very good. I just like it. I feel like it has a very consistent like aesthetics. The roster is very good. The gameplay is very tight. I like that. I like that this game is more grounded. It's not like super crazy. I mean, it still has like crazy combos, but it's like a lot about footsies and that kind of stuff. Okay. Oh man. No, bro. Okay. Dalsim. Do we have any Dalsim styles in the house? They get mad at me for a lot of different reasons. A lot of people like to side with the UFC a lot because they are like fans of the product of the UFC instead of the sport. So I think so that's something that gets people really mad. I feel like I'm very pro fighter, and that's something that gets on the nerves of a lot of American fans. And also I have like controversial takes from time to time. For example, I don't think John Jones is all that good. I mean, he's obviously good, but I feel like the GOAT talk is completely like unwarranted. I understand where it comes from, but I feel like if you understand the sport a little bit, you should not be talking about John Jones about being the best fighter of all time, right? I don't know. I have, even though I try to be nicer nowadays, I have like a, I have like an annoying personality. Like I am very like confrontational, and oh my god, Guy is my second favorite. So I think I naturally have a way of saying stuff that doesn't mesh well with people, man. Oh man. I don't really have a problem with people disagreeing with me either. But people get like so they go so hard at me, man. I feel like a lot of stuff is like a lot of people are so insecure. So when they see like, oh, okay, I'm a guy that has like pronouns on beer and stuff, that they are like, oh, this guy has never trained in his life. I mean, Ghost, you gotta understand that we're on a we're on a on a sport that where the fighters are not even like pro fighter, so so that's crazy, right? Oh, okay, that was nice. It's so crazy when fighters come up with the anti-fighter stance. Like when Charles Jourdain got mad at people saying that he should be paid better. It was like crazy stuff, man. Okay, that was good. And there were other fighters like Kevin Holland saying that the fighters like they don't deserve getting paid more because they don't fight more often. And it's like, bro, you're the only fighter that the UFC allows to fight that often. Like, that was such a shit take, man. Make me so mad. Like, you're getting shortchanged, man. You put on some more... I mean, I'm not even a fan of Kevin Holland, but it's like super clear that he's putting on so much entertainment. He's so much value for the UFC. And he's not getting compensated for it at all. Oh my god. Okay, there we go. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I think it's not that... It's not even that I'm pro-China, but... It is not that I'm pro-China, but I feel like it's a difference in culture, right? In the UFC, in the US, in the United States, I feel like everyone wants to be the boss one day. So they put themselves on that place a lot. So that's why they are anti like working class, because they feel like one day I'm not going to be one of them. It's like that Futurama joke. Like, Fry, but you're not even rich. Yeah, but maybe one day I will be. And I want poor people to fear me. It's a lot of that, I feel. What is that? Rolento, you're so fucking annoying, man. Okay. I wanted that. Okay. I feel like fighters, especially, they are exposed to so much right-wing propaganda. So, Akuma is decent in this game. He's not like particularly good, but he does a lot of damage. So for a casual playthrough, you might consider him like super good. He takes a lot of damage too. That's the whole thing with Akuma. He's like a glass cannon. Oh my god. That was a command grab there. I completely shizzed that win, man. Dawson's hitbox is huge when he's hitting. He's pretty small when he's not like stretching his arms, but it can lead to some weird interactions. You can grab him from very far apart because of the way that grabs work in this game. Oh, okay, you're gonna play that. Oh my god. His tiger shot in my ass. I think it's so funny that Sagat is like the Muay Thai guy. He's so fucking big. Like, look how jacked and big he is. He should be like 300 pounds. And he's like, no one in Thailand is that size, my man. Final Fighting games always open sense matchups because it looks better. And because back in the day, because this is a sprite base and you have to make like every sprite individually, it would be like so much work to make like both stances and then program the game to like change the stance every time that the fighter is facing another way. So it's way easier to just have like a single stance and then just mirror that when they're facing the other way. Who are we going with? Are we trying Guy? Sankiev. Oh, Guy is so fucking fast, I forget sometimes. I don't know my combos with. Okay. That's one. But it's not very good too for landing. Oh god. Guile is fun because you just like hold back and then counter with the sonic booms and the flash kicks. And it's very easy to learn. Like it's hard to master, but it's cool. I might give like Charlie a chance. Sangiev's kicking my ass right here. Oh my god. The damage is so insane. Yeah, I'm going to lose here. Let's give Charlie a shot, okay? Let's see if I can play the Sonic Boom game. Hey, we have Dan Tom. Okay, I'm going to stay for a little bit because Dan Tom is here. Get zoned, you old bitch. Zangief is so fucking jacked, man. Okay, still have... I need to hit this guy with a flash kick, man. I'm not hitting the flash kick on a D-pad, man. I should have programmed the analogs. We're posting dicks in chat. That's why we're doing that, Tom. He was wearing a cap, you filthy mind individual. I'm going to tell your mom, man. Okay, I'm just chasing this guy like to hell and back. Oh, they're making me beat on Sakura right now. Okay, if I don't win this, I'm going to leave, okay? Okay. I cannot flash kick on the... Okay. I wanted to anti-air so bad there, but I'm so bad with the... Almost, man. I got my ass kicked trying to land a flash kick, man. That's so embarrassing. Okay, this one is for all the marbles, right? Oh, that was a nice counter. Okay. I can die in peace because I landed that counter flash kick there. I'm going to lose. Okay. That's it. That's the stream, guys. Today was not my day. That was like the worst playing of all time. Gustavo, a fellow Chilean, by the way. It is almost 11 p.m. This is 10:41. And that's it for the stream. Just wanted to chill out a little bit. And I think we got some nice conversations going on. So, again, as always, thank you so much, guys, for joining the stream. Remember that I'm on Blue Sky, on Threads, on Twitter. I'm everywhere right now. And guys, if you want to check out the Patreon, this is a good moment because this is a good moment because if you join the Fight Side Patreon right now, I just uploaded alternate commentary for Pierre Jan versus Son Yudong and Davidson Figueredo versus Chito Vera. So if you want to check like a little bit of a like actual good commentation with some actual analysis involved, head over to the Patreon, and just for a few dollars you can check out those videos and a lot more. We have like 400 exclusive posts over there, and you can also get to access the Discord server. Other than that, just check out my Twitter, Threads, Blue Sky, whatever you want. I'll be posting on all of those. I'll probably be doing a fight companion for some fights, at the very least for the main event, because I'm very excited for Jan versus Figi. So I'm going to be doing a live stream for that, even though it's going to be like super early in the morning, but whoever joins. If a BJJ blue belt would pay you to analyze a study their opponent, would you accept? Are you? If we're talking about a grappling fight, not really. Especially if it's for a grappling match, I don't think that's my area of expertise. If it were for like an MMA fight, for sure I would accept that. Because I feel like I have a very good understanding of like the big picture stuff in MMA, and I'm pretty good with wrestling, and I know my grappling, but I feel like if it came only for grappling, I don't have much to offer that a decent coach would give you, so I would say no in that case. Hellman, man. Hellman with the blue shorts and his balls out. Let's remember that. Thank you so much, guys, for joining. Catch you on the next one. I'm Feño. You can always talk to me on Twitter, on Blue Sky, on Threads, whatever. Thank you so much, guys. Bye.